Here's more wrestling news for February 1st, 2023, and we're starting with Impact Wrestling, who are always on the hunt for big names to bring in, and now the company has a veteran of WWE. At the latest Bound for Glory pay-per-view, Dirty Dango, aka Fandango, made his debut for Impact, and he's now under contract with the promotion. Mike Johnson of PW Insider reports that Dango is under an Impact contract, though it is unclear just how long his deal is for. After Bound for Glory, Dirty Dango made a handful of appearances on Impact TV, and now fans will be getting to see a lot more of the wrestling veteran going forward. Last week, Seth Rollins made his views on CM Punk clear, calling him a cancer and encouraging Punk to stay away from him and WWE. Given that this was at a Royal Rumble media event, some have speculated that Rollins' comments were in character, and while he may have been dressed the part, Seth was speaking his mind. On his Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T said that Rollins was shooting 100%, and said that when a wrestler references something as serious as cancer, they're clearly not playing. Punk's possible return to WWE has faced backlash in WWE, but the same is true in AEW, with talent refusing to work with him, so getting in the ring again may prove difficult for the former AEW World Champion. Booker also addressed his recent Royal Rumble return, saying that he only got the offer to wrestle via a text message on the kickoff show, and joked that he would have won if he'd had time to warm up. What did you think of Booker's performance, and do you think Seth is right with his comments about Punk? Sound off in the comments. From the moment Cody Rhodes left AEW, everyone was eager to hear what he really thinks about Tony Khan, but the American Nightmare has been disappointing those fans. Since then, Rhodes has had nothing but positive comments for the AEW president, and likewise, Khan has been incredibly civil when speaking about Cody and Brandi in return. One person who was in AEW during Cody's tenure with the company is Dan Lambert, who has stated that he didn't like Cody or Brandi when they were in AEW, and believes Cody sucked up to benefit himself and his wife. He played the politics game better than anybody in history and sucked up to Tony Khan, man, and got his way all the time. What the hell is a chief brand officer, Brandi's official AEW title? What does that even mean other than to feed your ego? After getting hostile responses in AEW, Rhodes is the beloved babyface in WWE he always wanted to be, and with the American Nightmare in line to become the next undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Lambert shouldn't have to worry about Cody sucking up to Khan in AEW again. What do you make to Lambert's comments? Did Cody suck up to Khan, or was he just a hard worker rewarded for his hard work? While the Boston Crab has been used by countless wrestlers over the years, the move is most associated with Chris Jericho, who is the expert when it comes to the Walls of Jericho. It turns out that the move isn't just used in wrestling, as on Twitter recently, Diamond Dallas Page shared a photo of MMA star Jono Mears using the hold in a cage and asking Y2J if he'd seen it. Mears busted out the move a few years ago, earning the first MMA stoppage via the Boston Crab, and we wonder if the fighter will wear a sparkly jacket, a scarf, and carry the list of Mears for future fights. It's safe to say that Logan Paul has proved he belongs in a WWE ring, but now the Maverick has made waves in UFC. On Twitter, Paul announced that he has signed a huge sponsorship deal with the UFC, and that his sports drink Prime is the official beverage of the fighting promotion. The YouTuber had amassed a fortune with his videos long before he came to WWE, and this deal will only add to Paul's portfolio of success, and we'll have to wait and see what he tries next in a career that is going from strength to strength. As anybody who's followed Cody Rhodes' career knows, the American Nightmare isn't the only famous person in his family. Rhodes' brother Dustin works currently in AEW, while fans remember their father Dusty fondly, but despite having the same name, Lana Rhoades is no relation. During an interview on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast, co-host Mike Maljack brought up the American Nightmare's wrestling family, but botched a question big time when he said that Cody and Lana, a former adult film star, were siblings. For those wondering, Cody's real full name is Cody Garrett Runnels Rhoades, and he bears no connection whatsoever to the former adult entertainment star, whose real name is Amara Maple. Mike really should have known better, as he was once in a relationship with Lana, who we imagine never brought up her so-called brother. Cody will challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39 in a match fans and his family will be tuning in to see. And while Lana may check out the show, it's not because of any blood connection to the men's Royal Rumble match winner. On a recent episode of the Kurt Angle Show, the Olympian spoke about reuniting with Hulk Hogan at Raw is 30 and the terrible pain the Hulkster is in. On his show, Kurt said how the Hulkster can't feel anything below his legs, but that isn't actually the case. A representative for Hogan spoke to Entertainment Tonight to say everything is okay, and that Hulk has a distinct sense of humor. Hogan recently shared a photo from his Tampa bar showing he can stand without a cane, and we are pleased that the Hulkster is doing okay after what was a worrying, albeit sarcastic, update. On this week's Raw, Edge and Beth Phoenix appeared on the show to continue their feud with the Judgment Day, but Finn Balor's group wasn't the only thing on Edge's mind. In a photo shared online, Edge can be seen copping a feel for his wife's buttocks, and on Instagram, Edge saw the funny side of this, reminding fans that he is still the rated R superstar. Grabbing his wife's butt may not be the same as a live sex celebration he and Lita enjoyed in 2006, but it was a funny moment for the Grit couple on this week's Raw. In NXT, Charlie Dempsey is making a name for himself with his old-school mentality, but fans may not be aware of his very famous father. Dempsey's real name is Bailey Matthews, the son of Darren Matthews, aka William Regal, which has left fans wondering why he isn't a Regal on screen. In the Wrestling Observer newsletter, it stated that WWE made sure not to connect Dempsey to Regal at Williams' request, as the British legend did not want his son to deal with the pressure of living up to his father's name and career. During Dempsey's early days in WWE, his connection to his legendary father was kept a secret, which has allowed him to do his own thing without being burdened by the expectations that come with being associated with his father. It's been reported that WWE plans to put the pair together eventually, but that'll only come after Regal is off TV for a year as per his agreement with AEW, giving Charlie Dempsey plenty of time to make a name for himself in WWE. And we're ending today with Cody Rhodes, who last June fought through the pain of a torn pectoral muscle to compete inside Hell in a Cell. Rhodes' gutsy performance against Seth Rollins was a sight to behold, and on the Impulsive podcast, Cody explained his decision to wrestle despite the injury. I mean, the injury made me feel like the pay-per-view that we were going through, Hell in a Cell, you're supposed to be like, oh, I've been in the end zone before. I haven't, right? I've been close, but I'm going to Hell in a Cell. The poster's this giant photo of me. It's the most Peacock new subs for this PLE, this premium live event. They all want to see this Hell in a Cell match with Seth and I. In the arena, it's just my face on the chairs. And what I thought was, maybe I don't have it, maybe I don't have what John has, Cena, because he was my role model when I was here. Maybe I don't, maybe there's a reason it didn't happen. And that's why I was so adamant about, we're not going to do some stupid thing backstage, no knocking that, you should never wrestle injured, but I wasn't going to have it any other way. Now Cody Rhodes is fully healed and has a date with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39, but after fighting through a torn pec, the American Nightmare is ready for war with the head of the table.